Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atiti Devo Bhava. We have been seeing the Amar Chitra Kada, Bhagavat. In that we are currently seeing the second story, Krishna, the subduer of Kaliya. In this story, we have so far seen all the Vrindavana Leelas, the pastimes Balarama and Krishna enjoyed at Vrindavan forest. Today, Balarama could not join Krishna. They are typically, Balarama and Krishna were usually inseparable. However, today, Krishna went with his other friends to the banks of Yamuna, leaving Balarama behind. While they were going along the banks of the river Yamuna, they reached a pond, and it was a hot summer's day. All the cowherds were thirsty, and including the cattle. While the cattle were drinking the water, they heard a noise from nearby, and the villagers were telling, "Don't drink the water from that pool. It is poisoned by a venomous snake which is living there." But by the time the damage was already done, the cattle drank the water. No sooner they drank the water, the cattle, they collapsed on the river bank. Krishna just heard about the snake and the venom of the snake, and he could not bear the sight of his cattle falling down like that. Swiftly he climbed up the tree. There was a kadamba tree on the banks of the river, and all the kids were watching. "Krishna, what are you doing? What are you doing?" Little they know, by the time Krishna already climbed up the tree and dived into the pond. Playfully he began to splash about in the water on Kaliya, the serpent. The serpent heard the sound, the thunderous sound made by Krishna. And suddenly the serpent emerged from the depths, appeared before Krishna with 101 forked tongues, lashing out of his 101 heads. He was an awesome sight indeed. But Krishna remained calm and gazed at him with a gentle smile on his lips. This made Kaliya all the more angry. He pounced on Krishna and caught the boy in his coils. By now all the cowherd boys became alarmed. "Hey, Krishna is caught! Krishna is caught! Call Nanda! Save him! Help! Help!" On hearing the news, Nanda and the others, they came rushing to the spot. Some of the cowherds had fainted out on fright. Yashoda was about to jump into the river, but the Gopikas held her back forcibly. They all tried to console her. "Don't worry about Krishna. Remember how bravely Krishna faced all the wicked Rakshasas, including Putana." Even Balarama coaxed Nanda against the idea of trying to rescue Krishna. Krishna was pretending as if he was caught by Kaliya. Bound as he was in that serpent's coil, Krishna now made his body swell. He grew bigger and bigger till he got free from Kaliya's hold. Kaliya broke away but raised his hood ominously over Krishna. He blew out the sprays of venom through his nostrils. His red eyes glared at Krishna. Flames shot out of his many mouths. Krishna playfully dodged every attack of the serpent. When Kaliya seemed to have tried a little in one swift leap, Krishna already was on his hood. With the rhythmic steps, Krishna began to dance on Kaliya, nimbly stepping from one head to the another. At the touch of Krishna's feet, the heads were crushed, and Kaliya soon lost his strength. The blood oozed from his mouth and nostrils, and he fell and fainted. Regaining a little strength, Kaliya would try to lift one of his heads. Quickly, Krishna would jump on it. Now, while Krishna was doing the dance, Parikshit interrupted Shukadeva in his narration. Parikshit became restless. He is asking Shukadeva, did Krishna kill Kaliya? Shukadeva is telling, Kaliya's end seemed to be near. Just then, his wives, who were also living in that pond, appeared before Krishna and begged Krishna to let Kaliya go. So that moved Krishna's tender heart, and he decided to spare Kaliya his life. Addressing Kaliya, Krishna said, you must not stay any longer in this pond. Take away all your kin and depart from this to high seas. Move away from here. Go to high seas now. As commanded by Krishna, Kaliya left the pool and went away. The water of the pool became miraculously pure and clear. Peace and tranquility returned to Vrindavan. Even in the hot summer days, the weather remained pleasant there, surrounded as the place was with dense forest and sparkling streams. Krishna, Balarama and their friends, they revelled in the beautiful surroundings, wrestling in the lush grass, dancing and playing hide and seek. One day, when Krishna and Balarama were taking their cattle to graze by the riverside, Pralamba, another Asura, came there in the guise of a cowherd. Krishna, however, was not fooled. There is something odd about this new boy. I will have to trick him and find out. So he called all the boys, come on, we will play a new game today. Okay? We will split into two teams. Okay? We will split into two teams. And who will be the leaders? You and Balarama, of course. Right? Krishna and Balarama chose their teams and played several games. So we won. Our team has won this game. Now, for the next game, your team must carry our boys on their backs up to that tree there. Krishna was telling the other team, guys, we have won now. Now our team has won this game. Now, for the next game, your team must carry our boys on their backs up to that tree there. The cowheads were thrilled with the new game. The winner would gleefully clamber on to the back of the loser. In the next round, Pralamba, the Asura, carried Balarama. Krishna is too strong for me. I will not be able to defeat him. That's what the Asura thought. Let me take the chance and carry Balarama and see what happens. So Pralamba hurried to the target tree, but instead of stopping there, he ran further with Balarama. Ran further and further, but soon he felt fatigued with the weight of Balarama. Oh, this little boy is too heavy. I can't carry him further. When he paused for breath, panting and sweating, he assumed his Asura form. The fair form of Balarama shone radiantly atop the dark body of Pralamba, like the resplendent moon in a dark cloud. Now the Asura began to fly upwards. What is this? I am being carried up by this ugly creature? Come on, guys. Balarama gave him a kick. Balarama proved true to his name. One blow from his clenched fist was enough to crush the Asura's head. Down, he came down, collapsed to earth in a heap. The anxious cowherds who had by now followed the pair were relieved to see Balarama safe and sound. Bravo, Balarama. Well done, well done, well done. You were really courageous, Balarama. Everyone was appreciating. Children, that they were the cowherds along with Krishna and Balarama. Soon they all went back to fun and frolic. Let's play hide and seek now that the Asura is caught. Meanwhile, their cows, they all wandered off and strayed into a dense wood nearby in search of tender green grass. After a while, it took some time. After a while, the boys noticed their absence. Where are the cows? I can't hear them lowing here. They must have wandered off. Let's look for them. Where are they? Okay, they were looking for the tracks, and they found the tracks of the crowd. But though they looked for long, oh dear, I hope we could find him. We cannot go without those cows, and it is getting quite late. Oh, here are some more tracks. Some of the cowhead boys said, there, I can see them now in that thicket there. See that? By the time they rounded up all their cattle, the boys were extremely tired. Come on, all of them, they are together now. Let's go there. When they identified the spot, just then a forest fire broke out. Whipped by a strong wind, the flames sprayed rapidly, and the cowheads and cattle found themselves in the midst of a raging fire. Krishna, Balarama, help! Protect us, Krishna, protect us. What's going on? Hearing the cries of his companions, Krishna said, don't be afraid. Just close your eyes as. Yep, just close your eyes. The boy said, as you say, Krishna. Krishna then opened his mouth wide. Leaping, the flames were drawn into his mouth. Immediately he swallowed everything. Shukadeva told Parikshit about the miracle again. Another forest fire saved by Krishna. Shukadeva goes on, O Parikshit, Lord Krishna swallowed the fire. When the cowheads opened their eyes, they found themselves in the shade of the tree where they had been playing earlier in the day. At the end of this long and eventful day, Krishna and Balarama led their friends back home cheerfully, playing their flutes. Thus ends the second session of our rendering of the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Purana. Narayana Narayana.